Haven't you ever thought about why some people age faster and have more health problems even though they try their best? In this video, we'll look at 6 habits that might have a small but noticeable effect on your health and longevity. You could be losing years of a full life because of things like smoking, binge eating, and the strange effects of sitting for hours on end. We'll talk about everything. Read all the way to the end for some good tips on how to break these bad habits for good and live a healthier life. Before we begin, I want to let you know there's a thoughtful little tip waiting for you at the end of this video. Something I believe could gently lift your day or bring you new perspective. If you feel at home here, please like this video, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss what's to come. And just so I know you're here with me, please comment, "I'm here and open to learn." It means so much to read your words. Firstly, we need to address long-term stress. The negative effects of long-term stress can happen to our bodies. People who are constantly anxious have bodies that are on high alert all the time, which can mess up many bodily functions. One of the first signs that you are under a lot of stress is an increase in blood pressure. This gradual buildup of stress on the cardiovascular system can lead to serious conditions like high blood pressure. Stress that lasts for a long time can also weaken the immune system, making us more likely to get infections and diseases like the flu. Because of this weak immune response, our health and well-being may be at risk in the future. Heart disease, stroke, and diabetes are more likely to happen if you are stressed out all the time. These conditions can get worse if the body's stress response system is activated all the time. These conditions can change the metabolism and cause inflammation. So if you want to avoid long-term health problems, it is very important to deal with and manage stress well. Over time, learning healthy ways to deal with stress can help lessen its negative effects. These chemicals, called endorphins, help you feel positive and calm down. These endorphins are released when you work out regularly, which in turn lowers stress. Progressive muscle relaxation, deep breathing exercises, and mindfulness meditation are all types of relaxation techniques that can help calm the mind and lower stress. Getting away from the stresses of everyday life can also be done by gardening, hiking, or just spending time in a park. Getting outside can change your health and happiness in a big way. By making these habits a part of our daily lives, we can deal with stress better, stay healthy, and enjoy life more. 2. Eating too much. If you binge eat, which means eating a lot of food in a short amount of time, it can be terrible for your health, especially if you constantly do it. This habit of eating too much can hurt the digestive system and cause a number of serious health problems. People can end up with serious problems like gastric bleeding if they don't respect their stomach's natural capacity and treat them like they're just containers for extra food. If the stomach is under too much stress, it can get inflamed and suffer other internal damage from the extreme pressure and strain. Besides these physical problems, binging can also cause several scary symptoms, such as feeling dizzy, throwing up, or even passing out. These symptoms usually mean that the body is having a difficult time dealing with eating too much, which is making it not work normally. The effects on overall health are very bad, and they can make people's quality of life much worse. An important study by American scientists shows how dangerous it is to eat without limits. In this study, 200 monkeys were split into 2 separate groups to see what would happen if they were fed different foods for a long time. The amount of food that one group could eat was not limited in any way, while the amount of food that the other group could eat was strictly limited to about 7 to 8% of their body weight. When looked at over a decade, the results were clear. 50 of the 100 monkeys in the group that wasn't limited in what they could eat died of health problems, mostly related to being too fat. These problems were bad enough that they caused their untimely deaths. In the controlled diet group, on the other hand, only 12 out of 100 monkeys had the same results. This big difference brings up an important point. Eating more food does not always mean having more energy or better health. Instead, it shows that being overweight is not always a sign of good health. This experiment supports the idea that eating too much can have a big effect on a person's overall health and lifespan, not just their physical health. By showing how binge eating is bad for you and how controlled eating is good for you, the study makes the point that moderation and mindful eating are important for staying healthy and avoiding long-term harm. If this helped you learn something, please leave a thank you comment below the video's comments. The third factor is not getting enough exercise. Being overweight is mostly caused by two things: eating too much and not doing enough physical activity. People who regularly eat too much and don't move around much take in more calories than their bodies can burn. This imbalance between how many calories you take in and how many you burn off leads to the buildup of extra body fat, which makes you fat. It is well known that being overweight can lead to several health problems. A group of conditions called metabolic syndrome is closely linked to obesity. These conditions include hypertension, high blood pressure, dyslipidemia, abnormal levels of lipids in the blood, and hypoglycemia, abnormally low blood sugar. These health problems usually happen because the body can't control how glucose and fats are used, which is made worse by having too much body fat. Also, being physically inactive for a long time can hurt your health in many ways. One major effect is that blood flow slows down, which can make it harder for tissues and organs to get enough oxygen and nutrients. A slow metabolism, which often happens when you don't exercise enough, makes it harder for your body to process and use nutrients properly. This slowing down of the metabolism can make you gain weight and make problems related to obesity worse. Additionally, not doing enough physical activity can weaken your immune system, making you more likely to get infections and illnesses. Less bone density, muscle weakness, and joint problems are some of the other problems that can happen after being inactive for a long time. All of these can have an effect on your health and well-being as a whole. Together, these effects shorten people's lives and make their quality of life worse. A more materialistic lifestyle and advances in technology have made many people do less physical work. Because of this, the importance of regular exercise cannot be stressed enough. Staying at a healthy weight, protecting your heart health, and getting fitter overall all require regular physical activity. Adding exercise to your daily routine is important for reducing the negative effects of a sedentary lifestyle and promoting health and vitality in the long term. Having to stay up late and work from morning until night. Staying up late and working from dawn until dusk is a habit that goes back a long way in our evolutionary history. People have been able to connect with the natural cycles of the day for a very long time, timing their activities with the sun's rise and fall. Our genes have this deeply ingrained habit written in them, and it has historically been good for our health. Nevertheless, things have changed a great deal in modern times. Many people have developed the bad habit of staying up late for long periods of time because there are so many fun things to do, and because modern life causes more stress all the time. Changing from natural rhythms to a more artificial way of life messes up the way our bodies work. The circadian rhythm is the name for the complex biological clock that runs inside each person. This internal clock controls many bodily functions, such as the metabolism of various body parts and organs. It makes sure that these processes happen at the right time to match the natural cycle of light and dark. When this biological clock is thrown off, it throws off the delicate balance that keeps different organs and systems working right. This can cause a wide range of health problems. One big thing that throws off this biological clock is staying up late. When our internal rhythms don't match up with the outside world, it can cause many problems. Hormonal imbalances happen when the circadian rhythm is constantly thrown off. This is because the body has a challenging time keeping up with the levels of hormones that control sleep, stress, and metabolism. This imbalance can make the immune system weaker, which makes people more likely to get sick or infected. When the circadian rhythm is thrown off, the body's metabolic processes work less well as well. This waste can slow down your metabolism, make you gain weight, and raise your risk of metabolic diseases like diabetes. Long-term exposure to these kinds of disruptions can have a big impact on your health, making a number of conditions worse, such as heart disease, digestive problems, and mental illnesses. Staying up late and working too much without getting enough rest can also have a big effect on how long you live. This way of life can cause long-term stress and physical strain, which can speed up aging and lower quality of life. Clearly, sticking to a healthy sleep schedule that works with your body's natural circadian rhythm is important for your long-term health and well-being. Gratitude comments are welcome below the video. If this video helped you learn something, please leave one. 5. Sitting for a long time. There has been agreement for hundreds of years that sitting for long periods of time is bad for your health. In the Yellow Emperor's Inner Canon, an important book on traditional Chinese medicine, it is written that sitting too much can hurt the flesh and otherwise hurt the body. Lying down, standing still, and watching TV are all forms of inactivity that are bad for your health. But sitting for long periods of time is especially bad. While sitting for long periods of time may seem like a comfortable and convenient position, it can actually be terrible for your body. One of the main worries is that blood flow is slowing down. Blood flow slows down when we sit for long periods of time, especially when we don't move. This means that tissues get less oxygen and nutrients. This lack of movement can lead to several health issues. When you sit for long periods of time, your muscles get weak and relax. When you don't use or strengthen your muscles for a long time, they can atrophy. This is especially true for muscles in your lower body. This muscle loss can make it harder to move around and can lead to health problems like joint pain and bad posture. Sitting for long periods of time has also been linked to several health problems. Bad sitting posture and long periods of sitting are often linked to spinal diseases like lower back pain and herniated discs. Also, the risk of becoming overweight is higher because sitting for long periods of time makes you burn fewer calories and can make you gain weight. Other problems that can happen because of this include leg edema and constipation. Leg edema is when your legs swell up because of poor circulation. Also, sitting for long periods of time has been linked to possible cognitive effects, such as brain damage. Studies show that being sedentary for long periods of time may make it harder to think clearly and make you feel mentally tired. This scenario is especially scary because it affects the health of the brain as a whole and can have an effect on daily life and quality of life. An important part of the population, about 40% of people in China, spends at least 8 hours a day sitting, according to surveys. This number shows how common this problem is and how important it is to take action to lessen the bad effects of sitting for long periods of time. To counteract the negative effects of sitting for long periods of time, it is important to include regular movement in daily life. Taking breaks to stand, stretch, or walk around can help your health in many ways. For example, it can improve your circulation, make your muscles less stiff, and support your overall health. Getting more active and being aware of sedentary habits are important ways to avoid the bad effects of long-term sitting and improve your health in the long run. Gratitude comments are welcome below the video. If this helped you learn something, please leave one. This video, 6th, having a negative outlook. The way someone thinks and feels has a big impact on their success, happiness, and overall health. What you think and feel affects more than just your emotions. It has deep effects on both your brain and body. It's becoming clearer that psychological factors play a big part in a lot of different health problems. This indicates that the mind is very important to physical health. It's like how software and hardware in a computer work together, and how the mind and body work together. Shah, A doctoral student at the Institute of Psychology of the Chinese Academy of Sciences says that psychology and physiology are two important parts of human health that work together. For a computer to work at its best, the software and hardware must be in sync. For good health, the mind and body must also be in sync. People's physical health can get worse when they have negative emotions like anxiety, pessimism, or depression that don't go away. Being in these bad states for a long time can speed up aging and harm both mental and physical health. Researchers have found that long-term stress and bad feelings can cause the body to make more stress hormones. These hormones can weaken the immune system, mess up metabolic processes, and make a number of health problems worse. Also, people who are having bad moods are more likely to do unhealthy things to deal with their problems or calm down. Such behavior could mean drinking too much, gambling, or eating too much, all of which are bad for your health. These kinds of actions can make health problems worse, cause new ones, and perpetuate a cycle of bad health outcomes. These bad habits can make a number of diseases worse, shorten people's lives, and in the worst cases, cause sudden health crises or death before their time. Emotional states are also very important for controlling daily habits and lifestyle choices in general. People who are stuck in a negative frame of mind might not have the drive or self-control to live a healthy life. This can lead to bad eating habits and irregular sleep patterns and a general lack of care for oneself, which increases health risks even more. In conclusion, having a negative attitude has a big effect on your health. The link between mental health and physical health shows how important it is to take care of mental health as an important part of overall wellness. Keeping a positive attitude, getting help when you're having emotional problems, and using healthy ways to deal with stress are all important for keeping your balance and promoting long-term health and vitality. Let's think about the important things we've learned about bad habits that can shorten your life as this video comes to a close. Understanding these factors is important for anyone who wants to improve their health and longevity, from the negative effects of smoking and binge eating to the subtle but significant effects of sitting for long periods of time and having a bad attitude. Which insights have stuck with you the most? Thank you so much for joining us today. If this message touched your heart, we'd be honored if you'd subscribe and click the bell to stay connected. Every view, every kind word helps keep this journey going. And if you believe in the power of energy and connection, type your age in the comments below. It's said that each number shared adds to the collective strength, and the universe sends back a little extra light and life in return. Now imagine this. By sharing this video with just 5 others, you're helping create a wave of healing energy. Some believe that the simple act of sharing can attract longer life, deeper peace, and universal blessings for everyone involved. Keep shining. You are a gift to this world, gift to